KPM.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera. You're watching Teras Didik TV KPM, and today you'll be learning Bahasa Inggeris with me, Syafiqah Farahin Razali, and you'll be with me for the whole 1 hour, okay? Today's topic is making suggestion. So I would like to make a suggestion that you all take out your pens, take out your paper, your notebook, or even an A4 paper, write down all your notes today, because today we're going to learn about, we're going to brush up on your skills, your English skills on writing, as well as a bit of speaking English. So take out your notebooks and write down all the information and important tips for today's lesson, especially for upper secondary level students. You have to brush up for your SPM, right, kids? All right, before that, I would like to remind all of you to always practice your SOP, because we still haven't warned against COVID-19. So wear your face mask, maintain a social distance of at least 1 meter between each other. Always practice good hygiene. Wash your hands. If you don't have a water source nearby, please wear your hand sanitizers, all right? Because that is the safest way to win against COVID-19. Remember, hashtag kita jaga kita. All right, before wasting any more time, let's first introduce our teacher that will be teaching us this subject for today. Let's take a look at her profile. And there you have it, our teacher, lovely teacher for today, Cai Yan, or Miss Sim. Hello, teacher. Welcome to the studio.
Yes.
How are you?
Good. Yeah, feeling well.
All right, before we go any further with introducing yourself, let's first practice the SOP for the studio. I would like to invite you to wear the hand sanitizer provided here. Yes, you first, and then... it's a bit, It's okay, never mind. As long as we always practice hygiene, right, students? We always have to make sure that our hands are clean, we don't touch our face, don't touch our mask, right, teacher?
Yes.
That's the most important part, because as I said before, we have to always work together to win against this pandemic. Right, teacher? Can you first introduce yourself for our students out there watching us?
All right. So, hi. My name is Cai Yan, and I'm a teacher from SMJK Yokwan.
All right, teacher. So we call you Miss Sim, is that
Yes,
it?
yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
what a very catchy name, actually. All right, teacher, before we move on any further with today's lesson, let's first invite our students for today to join us in our class. Hello, students. Hi. How are you guys? I hope you all have had your breakfast and feeling energized to learn today's lesson. But before that, can I know all of you one by one, maybe starting with Jia Hui. Hello, good morning.
My name is Ong Jae. I'm from SMJK.
Okay, can I know a bit about what you aspire to be, your ambition? Can you tell me a bit?
Sorry?
Your ambition, what do you aspire to be when you've graduated school? I think you're still thinking. It's okay. Anyways, we can move on to the next student. Can I have Shalini? Is Shalini there? Hi.
Hi, my name is Shalini. I am from SMJK.
Okay, maybe Shalini, you can share a bit about your ambition.
My ambition is want to be a psychologist.
Psychologist. So you're learning to read people's mind right now. Okay, best of luck for your future endeavors. Okay, Shalini, thank you for that. Can I have Fan Yongji? Did I say that right? Hi.
Hi, my name is Fan Yongjae, come from SMJK Yokwan.
Okay, so what do I call you?
Yongjae.
Yongji. Okay, thank you, Yongji. All right, next, can we have Cheong Seng Tao? I hope I said that right. Good morning.
Hi, my name is Cheong Seng Tao. I'm from SMJK Yokwan.
Okay, so can you share a bit? What do you want to be when you graduate school? He's thinking as well.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, anyways, it's okay. I hope you all have had your for breakfast, all right? Okay, because we need to learn for a whole 1 hour. So please stay focused as well. Okay, last but not least, Tan Su An. Hello, good morning.
Hi, my name is Tan Su An from SMJK Yokwan.
Okay, so are you guys ready to learn today? Can you give me a thumbs up to show that you're ready? All right, thank you, kids. All right, so today's topic is making suggestion. But teacher, before we move on to what we're going to learn today, let's first hear a bit about other students' opinions on this topic. Let's take a look.
English is one of my favorite subjects, but sometimes I do struggle when writing a report. Sometimes I'm confused with what subject and headings will be suitable for the report. Actually, I do have ideas for it, but I can't come up with a perfect one. Besides that, I'm too worried about my language in writing report, if it is formal or not. So I keep rechecking it once I'm done writing my report.
One of the difficulties I have when writing a report is I will always write wrongly about the grammar and the language skills. I think this is because my vocabulary is too vague. When writing a report, I usually worry that I cannot complete it within time limit. Besides this, I sometimes not sure about the topic and will waste time thinking hard. So every time when I finish my report, I do not have time to double check.
One of the difficulties that I face the most when writing a report is insufficient time in completing the report within the allocated time. When writing a report, I always need extra time to think about the information that I have to include. I have trouble organizing information, and sometimes I include too much unnecessary information in my report. Hope that I can write better next time.
Wow, teacher, there you go. Some students have said their opinion. Sometimes they have problems when writing a report.
Yeah.
But we go more into that later. But first, I know you have a bit of question for the students online, right?
Yes.
Okay, so students online, get ready because teacher Miss Sim is going to ask you a question. Teacher, the floor is
Okay,
yours.
so today we are going to learn something about the media. So I want you to take out your whiteboard right now with you, okay? I know you have your whiteboard with you, right? Okay, can you get ready your whiteboard? And then I want you to write down the first words that comes to your mind when I mention the media. Okay, so the media. So what is the one word that you can think of? Okay, after you're ready, you can show to us.
Okay. Actually,
Yeah.
teacher, there's a lot of things. When you think about the word
Right.
media, there's a lot of things.
A lot.
I'm pretty sure they have more than one answer.
Yes, just
but you
the
only need one.
One word, yes.
Okay.
Okay, I see that we have TV, newspaper, the internet, radio, right? And music. Okay. Good.
Okay, great. Students, teacher, before that, we just had one student coming in, Shi Ching.
Yes.
Perhaps Shi Ching, quickly, can you introduce yourself, please? Hello, good morning.
Morning, Suching.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the line problem. Suching.
Yes.
I
Okay.
cannot hear you, Suching.
Can you turn on your mic, please?
You turn on your mic.
Okay. Never mind, teacher. It's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
We'll just give her time.
Okay.
We'll go for a short break first, students and teacher Miss Sim. And we'll come back right after this on Teras Didik TV KPM. See you then.
Didik TV KPM. Didik TV KPM.
Welcome back to Teras Didik TV KPM. You're still with me and also Miss Sim today, teaching Bahasa Inggeris, focusing on making suggestion. Now, as I've been told, it's a Form 5 topic.
Yes.
So today's lesson will be focusing on report writing and also a few other stuff. But before we go on to that, let's invite Miss Sim herself to introduce the topic for today. Miss Sim, the floor is yours.
Thank you. All right. So let's move on. So for today, we are going to talk about Unit 7, which is the media. Just now I've asked about the questions. What is the first words that comes to your mind? Okay, so we have internet here, we have radio and all this. So it's all related to the inventions for mass media. For example, like we have newspaper, radio, internet, e-books. Right now there's a lot of online stuff and then magazines, right?
And somebody said music as well, teacher.
Yes, music as well. Yeah, then include here. Yeah, there's a lot, right? So our learning objectives for today, we are focusing on 3 main things. So by the end of this lessons, hopefully students can change at least 3 sentences from the active forms into the passive form. And the second one is to make at least 2 suggestions in the passive form when writing a report, so that it will sound more formal, and to give a wise recommendations in report writing.
Right.
Okay? Yeah.
Okay.
And for the content, okay, if you would like to know more about the themes, the learning standards, we have it here. And the reference, we are going to use this Form 5 textbook. Okay, so this is their textbook. This year is like quite colorful. And then it's on page 92 and 93. It's written here as well, 92 and 93. And our language or grammar focus will be words or phrases related to media. And we're going to use passive forms to correct formal tones.
Okay, teacher. I would like to ask a quick question. Why is it important that we turn sentences from active to passive sentence? What can we apply it in?
So that when you write, especially when you write report or when you're in a meeting, you're going to write a meeting report, it sounds more formal. It's like more formality and it kind of like a polite way, so that people, we have more credibility.
Shows professionalism.
Yes, professionalism.
Okay,
yes.
all right, teacher.
Okay, so I have 2 questions here actually. The first one, in writing a report, what do you need to avoid the most? Okay, so for the audience on TV, right, you can think about this as well. Okay, it is open to everyone. And by the end of the lessons, I'm going to show you a little bit of maybe the general answers for this. Okay, so you can keep in your mind first in writing a report, like what do you really need to avoid the most? Okay, and the second questions will be why making a good suggestion is so important, because today our lesson is we're going to make suggestions, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So why is it so important? Like just now we have mentioned a little bit. So yeah, okay. So they can keep in mind first.
And then we'll go back to that later at the end.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so this is for today. Okay, report, making suggestions. So we are going to learn how to sound more formal, and then going to learn how to make suggestions, and finally to give recommendations. And all of this talking about the passive form of verb. Okay? So before we start, let's have some warm-up questions for our students online here.
Are we going to run or skip? No, just sentences,
No, yes, sentences.
All right.
So I'm going to show them the sentence, and then they're going to show me, they have the card with them, the active or passive, okay? So I want them to guess, okay, which one is in an active form and which one is in a passive form. Or maybe the audience, they can also try out.
Yes,
right?
for you those out there, students out there, please join us in answering this question, because in the morning you have to do a bit of a warm-up, teacher, to get used to the lesson for today. All right.
So let's start. Okay, how about the first one? Okay, so first one, we have rescuers find the baby alive and healthy 2 days after earthquake. So what do you think? Is it an active or a passive? Don't worry about it, because at the end I'm going to review the answers, and also I'm going to tell you how to differentiate between active and passive.
Wow, the students have their answers
here
already.
Active, okay, all say active.
Active.
Oh.
So how is it?
We will review later. So how about the second one? Man finds a scalp pet snake living on a tree in his house garden. Do you think it's an active one or passive one?
Some of the they're all saying active again.
Don't know whether it's an active or passive. Is it? It's show 2. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right, thank you. So most of them say active, right? We'll figure it out.
Okay.
And next, the correspondent got kidnapped in South America. So what do you think about this?
What's your answer?
Is it passive,
Shalini is
active?
saying passive.
Passive, active.
Oh,
Okay,
Sue-Ann
we
is
have
saying
one.
active.
Yes. Okay, let's
Okay.
move on. The sports columnist was given a new office. Was given a new office. A hint, yeah, students. Was given a new office. So is it passive or active? Active or passive? Passive?
Okay.
Okay.
They're all saying passive.
Passive.
So
Next.
was is a hint actually.
We'll show it later. Right?
Okay,
There was a
sure.
hint there. Okay. So the next one. They should do something about cyberbullying. Which one do you think? Is that active or passive? Active? Passive? Active? Okay. And the last one, we have something should be done about cyberbullying. All right, come on, guys. The last one.
Okay. Jahui is having two answers as well. Again?
Okay,
It's okay.
Active. All right. All right. On next slide, I'm going to show. Okay, so I'm going to group them into active and passive. Yeah. So normally for active, we'll find out the subject is in front. We have the verb, and then we have the object or the things that we are going to say. Okay, so it's like someone is taking the actions or carry out the actions, right?
Okay.
So we have finds or man finds, as get paid, snap, and then we have they should do something. So when we talk about they should do something or this one should carry out, okay, or we will have this should do here, okay, should, and then with the verb, and then normally it refers to active. Where else for passive? Okay, we will have get, and then with the past participle, okay, we have the past participle here, got kidnapped.
Okay.
Right, this is a passive one because the actions was actually taken, and then normally the front one here is referred to the receiver, the one who received the action. So here is the one carry out the actions. Here we will start with the one who received the action, first. Yes.
Okay.
So another one is like the sport columnist was given a new office. That's why I say there's a hint there. When you have the be verb, was, okay, was is actually from the be verb, and then you have the past participle here, then it shows that it is a passive form. And then the last one is something should be done. So like just now here active, we will say someone should do something, right? But from the passive, something should be done. So actually we just carry out, we just take out the one at the back and then we plug it in front.
I see.
Yeah.
So teacher.
So it's like, so because I show it here, these two are actually the same thing.
Yeah.
They should do something about cyberbullying, right? But here, we will refer to this something should be done about cyberbullying. Yeah, so we have the be verb here with the past participle.
So that means even though, like for the cyberbullying for passive, even though the subject is at the end, and then for the correspondent is at the beginning, the distinction is the past participle. Is it, teacher?
Yes, yes. It's very obvious that we have this past participle. So for
Okay.
passive, we must have past participle because it's something that we receive. So you can have get or be verb in front. Okay, actually it's a must to have them in front. You cannot just plug in the past participle, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. So next. Okay, and then these passive forms normally would sound more formal.
Formal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And let's have this. Okay, for example, like active form of verb, like I say, we could do something. Passive form of verb, something could be done. So we could find him in the market. If we want to change it to passive form, it will become he could be found in the market. Yeah, because the market is just a place. Yeah, our focus is here. Our focus is he, right?
Okay.
So for example, so let's have our students to try on this. Number one, we could upload short news videos. Okay. So, could anyone would like to try on this?
Yes.
Sengtao,
Can we have
or-
a volunteer, please?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Sengtao would like to try this?
New video. Yes. Short new video could be uploaded.
So, short news video could be uploaded, is it? Yes. Okay, let's see. Is it the correct answer? Yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
correct.
So, could be uploaded. So, we use the be verb and then the past participle. Okay, how about the next one? We could employ fewer news reporters. Okay, anyone would like to try on this?
Uh-huh.
How about Siqing, right? Can we hear Siqing's voice
let's
now?
try Stitching. Your microphone, maybe try to turn it on. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear her a bit. There you go.
Okay, yes?
Your answer?
What is your answer?
The answer is fewer news reporters could be employed.
Okay, fewer news reporters could be employed. Yes, correct. Good.
Thank you,
okay.
Siqing.
So yeah, it's very simple. We just have to differentiate between the form of verb.
Okay.
Okay. Next. Okay. So next will be about making suggestions, writing report with formal language. So just now we have already discussed about the active to passive forms, and why are we going to learn to change the active forms to passive form is because we want it to sound more formal, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now for making suggestions, we are going to learn how to make a good suggestions by showing them the results or what are they want, okay? So for example, like this one, making suggestions, we have these complaints. You see, like young viewers say that we show all our music programs too late at night. So how are you going to make a suggestions to them? Okay, so maybe we have our students there to try as well.
Okay.
To hear from their opinions.
All right, who would like to try?
Who would like to try? You can refer here, yeah, because it says it's too late. So how are you going to change it?
Okay.
Yes. Anyone would like to try on this?
Teacher me Suan.
Suyan, okay. What is your answer?
My answer is our music programs could be shown earlier for young viewers.
Okay, could be shown earlier, is it? So she's also using the passive form, and then because it says it's too late, so she says should be shown earlier. Let's see. Okay, could be. So instead of should be, we can also use could be and all this, right? So our music programs could be shown earlier for young viewers. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, the words here earlier because this one is too late. Yeah. And then how about questions number 2? Some of our viewers say they don't like commercials being shown during films. So any others would like to try on this?
Teacher me Yongjie.
Oh, Yongjie. Okay,
The
so
answer. The answer is commercial could be shown before and after film.
before and after, is it? Because here it says that's during. Okay, so it's before or after. Okay, let's see the answer. Oh yeah, okay. Commercial could be shown before and after films.
Exactly the same answer. Good job.
Okay, good job. So actually you just have to look for the keywords.
Okay.
Yeah? And then now let's move on. Okay, so this will be the report. It's actually on the textbook as well. Okay, you can refer to the textbook on page 92. You will have the exact report. This one is the one that I taken from it. So if you look at it, it says that this is the reports on the college television's channel. They are going to know what kind of programs, okay, on this TV channel. So if we look at the introductions, we can see that the aim of this report is to describe the kinds of television programs that students at the college would find informative and entertaining. Okay, so normally for a report, we will have intro, we will have the conclusions, normally is the recommendations, and then we have the heading 1, heading 2, and we have our contents and to in the paragraph.
Okay.
Okay. So, Jiahui is here, right? Okay. So from these reports, can you identify 2 sentences that you think is in the passive forms? Like maybe you can look for the clue, be verb, and then the past participle. So which 2 sentences? Can you give me 2 examples?
Yes, I think the first sentence is programs about different areas
Okay.
of the college to be shot in each week.
Okay, could be shown each week. Okay. Yeah. How about another one?
The second sentence is, I think, is useful information.
Oh, useful information.
And those could be included.
Could be included. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Not only that, we have a lot, but here, yes, we can see could be shown, could be included. Here we also have could also be shown, right? Yes. And then here the multicultural teams could also be included. Yes. So these are the keywords.
Okay.
All right. Cool. So next, let's see. All right. So now we talk a little bit about giving reasons. We need to link it to the reason, the outcome, why you need to give such suggestions. So does the writer from the previous report give reasons for all the suggestions and the final recommendations? So I can refer back to this. Okay. So does the writer give all the reasons to his or her suggestions? Can I have one person? Yes, a student to answer this. Who would like to try on this?
Teacher is me, Shalini.
Oh, Shalini. Okay. So what is your answer?
Yes, I think the writer has given reason for all the suggestions and final recommendation. For example, under entertainment,
the last sentence.
The writer explained that multicultural teams could be included because it is to make foreign students feel more welcome.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So this is the reason, is it? Because it say multicultural teams could be included so that the foreign students will feel more welcome. So you give one reasons to your suggestions so that it will be like more convincing to other people, right? That people will accept your suggestions.
I see. Teacher, I would like to ask, usually in a report, one format of report where you have the introduction, information, entertainment, recommendation, the suggestion can be anywhere in any part of it.
Oh, normally it's in paragraph 2 and 3.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
So introduction is usually just to introduce?
Introduction, normally we will state the purpose of our report.
I see.
So why do you need to write this report? So we will say that the purpose of this report is,
Okay, teacher. Right, students online and also out there, Miss Sim, let's go for a short break. Let them have a bit of a snack to eat and also maybe a water. And we'll be right back on Teras Didik TV KPM. See you then.
Didik TV KPM. Didik TV KPM.
And you're still here with us on Teras Didik TV KPM. Today we're learning Bahasa Inggeris for upper secondary level and we're focusing on the topic making suggestions. So just now with Miss Sim, we've already discussed how to turn active sentences into passive and knowing what to put in the sentence, knowing the keywords. And right now we're solely focusing on making a suggestion, right, Miss Sim?
Yes.
You can continue with the lesson today.
All right, thank you. So now we are going to learn what are the effective ways of making suggestions by linking it to its result or outcome. Okay, so let's move on and see. Okay, we have examples here. Okay, these examples are also in the textbook. All right, so we have the suggestions on the left hand side. Okay, from number 1 to number 7, and we need to link it to their respective result. Okay, so for example, the first one. Okay, this is about the suggestions on what are the things that we need to put into the monthly magazine, like the school monthly magazine, the college monthly magazine.
Okay.
So these are the suggestions. Okay, so the first one, for example, okay, we have games and puzzles. So why do we need to include games and puzzles into the magazine? It is because, all right, for example, the first one, it is because it will be fun and enjoyable to the students.
Right,
okay,
definitely.
So so the suggestions 1 will link to it results C. Okay, so the next one, and until 7th, I would like my students here to try on it and see how they link to it and why. Why do they need to link these suggestions to this result? Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so for questions number 2, any volunteer would like to try on this question number 2?
Yes.
Yeah?
Can we have one person?
Okay.
Shi-Ching.
Shi-Ching, all right.
For question number 2, poems and short story. The result is D. Inspire creativity as they can inspire the creative from students. Students can learn to construct their poems or short story in an attractive way to attract the interest of their readers.
Oh, okay. So she mentions that poems and short stories for inspired creativity of the students, so that will attract their interest. Okay, yeah.
And she gave a reason as well as to why she picked that results.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. For question number 3, how about question number 3? A problem pledge, right? A problem page.
All right. Who would like to try?
Yes.
Teacher me Yongjie.
Okay, Yongjie.
For question 3, we can have a problem page in the new school magazine, and the result is G. To help students who have similar worries, hopefully can help them to solve their problem as well.
Okay, so that can also help those students who face the similar problems. Okay, good.
Right.
All right, how about number 4? Interviews with successful formal students. Anyone?
Teacher me Suen.
Suen, okay.
For question number 4, interviews with successful former students can be A. The result of this suggestion is A. Be interesting and would give students good role models.
Why do you think it is a good thing and is interesting for them?
This is because by reading their interviews, we will be inspired by their success.
Oh, so we'll be inspired by their success.
Okay.
Good. All right. Number 5, photographs of sports competition winners. You know, in school we have a lot of sport competitions, right?
Yes.
Okay, so why do we need to have this? Anyone would like to try on this? Okay.
Teacher me Seng Tao.
Seng Tao, okay.
For question number 5, we can have the photograph of sport competition winner in a new college magazine, as it can make students feel proud of the college, which is the result E.
Okay.
Students can know the winner by looking at the photo and be proud of their schoolmate.
Oh, okay. Be proud of their schoolmates.
Yes, I love the answers from the students. They like to elaborate, teacher.
Yes. Okay, good. How about number 6? News and information about the college. Anyone?
Teacher me Shalini.
Okay,
Oh, Shalini. All right,
For
Shalini.
question number 6, we can have news and information about the college. It will be helpful, especially for a new student. The result is F.
Oh, okay. So F here. So why? Why is it especially for new students?
New students can refer to all this so they can quickly adapt to the new study environment.
Oh, they can adapt to the new study environment. Okay, good. How about number 7? Readers' letters. The last one.
Hey, Teacher Jia
Jiahui, okay.
My suggestion is reader letter and its responding result is D, which is give students a chance to give their point of view. So the school admin can collect student opinions.
Oh, the school admin can collect students' opinions. So it's D. Okay, good.
Okay.
So let's check the answers. Yes. All right. Okay,
All of them are correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I noticed one thing, teacher. There is a possibility that the suggestion can have 2 results, more than
sure.
1. Is that possible?
Yeah, that's possible. It's just that now we need have to
Just
select
one by
right?
one. I
But in
see.
your report, you may have more than one. Sometimes
Okay.
we feel like we want to write that reason,
Right.
just write it down there.
I'm sure our students
Yeah.
online, they have a lot to say.
Right.
Judging from just now.
Okay.
Okay.
And
All right.
next, all right. So now we have already learned how to make suggestions. We need to also learn how to make recommendations. It's a little bit different, but it's not that different. Okay. So we have this in passive form as well. So we have 2 ways of making recommendations. The first one, I recommend that something be published. So you will see the be verb and the past participle. So this is the passive form that I mentioned, will be more formal. But in recommendations, you can also make an active one by refer to a gerund. Gerund is something, the verb plus ing. Right? To make the verb sounds or functions like a noun. For example, we have read, right? It's a verb. But then when we say reading, it can refer as a noun. Like reading is a good habit, something like that. Right? Okay. So for this part, right? Question number 1, which sentence uses the passive voice? I think just now I just mentioned.
Yeah.
So I want to check whether my students listen to it, right?
Okay.
So will anyone of you try to answer me these questions? Which sentence uses the passive voice? Is it A or B? Sengtao?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
The answer is A, because the sentence uses the word be published.
Okay, yeah, you do listen to me, yeah? All right, how about 2? Which sentence uses a gerund? Anyone?
Teacher, me, Suan.
Suyan, okay. So which sentence?
Sentence, ing.
So it's ing one. So it's
Which?
B, is it?
A or B?
A or B?
Yes.
B. Okay. Publishings, right?
Okay. So they were listening.
Yeah, so let's check. Yes, you're right. Okay, so it's very simple. Okay, for making recommendations, you just have to either use a passive form or you can use a gerund.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so let's try on this. I think we must focus on carrier's advice and informations. How are you going to change this? Okay, once into a passive form, another one you can change it into a gerund. Okay, so students take some time. Okay, so can I have your answers?
Will they be writing on the board, teacher?
They can't. Okay, you may write on the whiteboard if you want, or you can just say it out.
Yeah, I think that's
Yes.
faster.
Yeah, that would be faster. Okay, so anyone would like to try on the first one first, the passive form?
Okay, would like to try?
Teacher is me, Shalini.
Okay, Shalini, yeah. So what is your sentence?
I recommend that career advice and information is focused on.
Okay, it's focused on. Okay. How about the second one, gerunds? The ing one. Another student,
Teacher,
please?
me, Suan.
Suan, okay.
My answer is I recommend focusing on careers, advice, and information.
All right, thank you. So you will realize that the second one is more like an active one, right? It's like focusing on, you just straight away say that focusing on careers, advice, and information. So let's try. Okay, yes, right? It's focus on and then it's,
Penny, for your thoughts.
Focus on and then it's focusing on careers, advice, and information.
That is a gerund.
Yes, that is a gerund. Yeah.
Okay,
so this is just a panel for your thoughts. Everyone can think about this. So what could really happen if you do not use a proper tone in making suggestions in your report? Okay, so you can think of it. It's like same like the previous 2 questions. We'll review the answer later on.
Okay.
Yeah, just let them think first.
Okay. All right, we'll leave it till later.
Yes.
All right, teacher, next.
All right, so this will be the last one. The last one, we are going to construct a report writing. Okay, it is also in exercise 8 on page 93. Okay, so if you look at the questions here, they ask you to write a writing task and use the language bank to help you in your textbook. Okay, and then don't forget to give reasons for your suggestions and recommendations. So for example, we have the questions here. Your college has decided to start its own monthly magazine for students. You have been asked to write a report for the college deans about the types of regular features. So we have one, regular features, and articles. The second one, articles. It could include explaining why they would be interesting for students. So you have to write your report with the title, introductions, heading 1, which is regular features, heading 2, articles, and last we will have recommendation. You can use either the passive form or the gerunds, right? Okay, so maybe we can get let students to try on this. Give you some time. You may write on the whiteboard if you want, okay, or you can read out the answers because I believe that read out the answer will be much faster,
yes,
right?
True.
Yeah, because I give them the whiteboard so that they can have it written on the whiteboard.
Okay,
yes.
all right.
So let them try.
Okay, so the report writing teacher, just one question. Usually it comes with this type of format, right? This is the fixed or there's other formats as well?
Have it the next slide.
Okay, let's go on to that later. But the students, please prepare your answers for the report writing just now. We'll give you a bit more time to have your time, and I will go for a short break for Terazi TV KPM, and we'll see you right back on this show.
Didik TV KPM. Didik TV KPM.
Hello students, you're still watching Teras at Didik TV KPM with me and also Miss Sim. Today's topic is Bahasa Inggeris for upper secondary level and you're focusing on making suggestion. And today's topic for students out there and also online, you're referring to the textbook, the same textbook that we have for this year, the new one. So please do this exercise today. We're focused on report writing and just now we have the students preparing the sentences for report writing and I'm sure most of you are ready. Have you got your answers already, students? Okay, can you show maybe perhaps your whiteboard on the screen, on the camera?
Do you have it?
Do you have your answers?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, okay.
I think, all right, it's okay. Never mind, Miss Sim. Maybe you can have them... Yes, show your answer and maybe you can pick one student and have them read out the sentence.
Okay. So I'm going to, okay, so here, right, we have this to, from, and then the title. Okay. So actually I want to ask them about the title. I think they have another page is blank, right? Okay, I want to ask them about the title for this report. What do you think about the title of this report? Remember the previous report, we have a report on something. So the title should be very short, don't be too long.
Okay, I think they're just writing them down, the title.
Right, okay. And then I will select each student to answer intro and introductions, regular features, maybe can have 2 students because normally we will have 2 examples.
Okay.
And then for articles, we also have 2 examples. And then the final one is the recommendations.
Okay.
All right? Okay, can I see your...
Who is ready?
Who is ready?
I think...
Yes, I think...
Suyan?
Suyan is ready.
Okay.
Report on the school magazine, okay? Report on monthly magazine, okay? Report of school magazine. All right, report for magazine, okay? Report for school magazine.
Basically, the subject is similar.
Right, thank you. Okay, so normally we have report on, and then if you look at the questions, right, the previous one, okay, we have here, it's talking about the monthly magazines, right? So you can either say report on the monthly school magazine, college magazines, or report on the magazines, fine.
Teacher, I have one question.
Yes?
Is it necessary to put report in front or we can change it with another word? A synonym maybe?
Normally we'll put report in front so that we will let other people know it is a report.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the standard.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay, next, let's look at the introductions. Can I hear from one of you, okay, about the introductions of this report?
Okay.
Yeah, anyone?
Who would like to try first?
Okay. Sengkao, all right.
The purpose of this report is to suggest the type of regular feature and article that could be included in the new monthly college magazine and explaining why that would be interesting for students.
All right, thank you. So basically just taken from the questions, right, Sengkao? Okay, because we need to explain the purpose of it, so we will refer back to the questions. What do you really need to write in this report?
Right.
Okay. So next, let's have regular features.
Okay. 2 students. Who would like to try first?
Anyone?
Teacher, me, Siqing.
Okay, Siqing.
I think we can introduce the history of school facility. This is because students can have more information about school history. For example, we often go to the library, but many of us do not know the history of the library and what kind of books we have in the library.
That is true, yeah, because normally we never know like how many books our library have, what kind of books they will have.
Yes.
If we know about it, then we know we can borrow from them, right?
And also we open up interesting ideas for them to actually borrow the books.
Yes. Right, how about another regular feature?
Yes, one more.
One more.
Teacher, me, Suyan.
Suyan, okay.
I think we can promote good behavior which are conducive to school learning. For example, recognizing and rewarding students for their good performance by posting them in the magazine. Therefore, students will work hard to get rewards and to get posted on the magazine.
Okay, I like this idea.
Yes, who
right?
doesn't like a reward?
Yes, so that for example, if you have a good performance and things like maybe the teachers can suggest to put their name and then or their word,
Yes,
right? Their
and they
word
can be
on
proud of it.
magazines. Yes.
Okay, good
cool.
suggestion.
Yes. All right, next, let's focus on articles. Can I have one example for articles? Any volunteer?
Teacher.
Jiahui, is it? Okay.
Teacher, Jahan.
Okay.
I think we can add some articles about school prefect. This is because prefect also play an important role in school. Furthermore, we can explain what is the role they in each unit they are in charge of, and to let more people to know their important responsibility in school.
Yeah. Okay. So I think she focused on the school prefects, so that the articles about them, so that we know their roles, their importance in school.
Right.
Cool. Yeah,
Okay.
because in our school sometimes the prefect also in charge of organizing the events.
I see.
Yeah,
That is
so
why
they are very
a lot of
important.
responsibility. Any of them prefects at school?
I think Jiahui is the one, right? Jiahui, yeah.
That's why she's
she's
suggesting
mentioning.
that.
Yes.
Now I know. Okay.
Okay, good.
All right.
All right. How about another articles? Any suggestions?
Teacher, it's me, Shalini.
Okay.
I think we can have article about career advice. I believe that this kind of article can guide students to choose their career pathway or interest once they graduate from school.
Okay. So
Alright.
this when they mentions about this, they just mention about what they can be added into the articles or regular features, right? Okay. But we also need to change it into a passive form so that it sounds more formal.
Yes.
So for example, like just now, like I think this can be added. Could be added into the school magazine, right, Shalini?
Or say in a Gerund format, right?
That one is for recommendations.
Okay.
Yeah.
So only for recommendations you can use passive or gerund.
That is for the way how to write recommendations. For suggestions here, you can either use active or passive, not necessarily all passive.
I see.
But we would like it to be more passive forms
Passive.
than the active forms.
So having an active, let's say one sentence is totally
yes,
fine.
it's okay. Right?
Okay, all
Shani,
right.
do you still have anything to add on? No? So that is your for article, okay? Yeah, your answer for article. Cool. Okay, how about the last one, recommendations? I think we have Yongjie, right? Yongjie is the one, haven't answered.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, Yongjie?
I recommend that a good mixture of different types of regular feature and informative article be included in the news monthly magazine. This will attract more students to read the magazine.
Okay, so he actually just conclude from these two, like different types of regular features and articles to be included, and then because can attract their interest.
I see.
Yeah, just give one brief reasons for it.
So if we don't want to conclude from the 2 points, can we recommend a new point?
No. New point is only from here. So
I
recommendation
see.
normally is kind of like conclusions. You just conclude from the above points.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so cool. Next, this is our summary part, okay? So what have you learned today? Like we are focusing on 3, remember that I say that for the learning objective. So the first part, we learned how to change an active forms into a passive form by adding be verb and past participle. So we have to change that into be verb and then past participle. And the second one, okay, is to make a good suggestions by describing or giving its results with the passive forms. Okay, and the last one will be the 2 methods of giving recommendations, which is one is the passive and another one is gerund. Right, the gerund.
Okay, I learned a new word today actually, teacher. Gerund.
Gerund, right. That is for verb plus ing, so that it functions as a noun.
I see, okay.
Yes. So, maybe we can ask
Ask
a
the
few of them,
students.
yeah? So what have you learned today? So, yeah, any one of you? Maybe you can start with Shalini.
In this lesson, I learned to write a recommendation in 2 different ways, and it's helped me to understand more about the structure of report writing.
So the structure of the report writing. Okay, good. Next one, how about Youngjie?
In this lesson, I learned about what is a passive sentence and how to use it to make suggestions.
Okay.
Okay.
To use it into making suggestions. Good.
Next.
How about Jiahui?
Teacher,
What have you
in
learned?
this lesson, I learned about how to make a good suggestion and make a useful. I think I learned about how to make a useful suggestion in a passive form.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
useful suggestions in a passive
enough.
form. Good. Is in a more formal way.
Yes.
Right. Next, Suyan.
In this lesson, I learned how to make suggestions and recommendations in a formal way.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. We also have, remember the the 3 questions, right?
Yes.
That we put it
Yes.
before.
We
Yeah.
have that special thought,
Right.
right?
Okay. So, for example, all become 111. Okay. So the first one, in writing a report, what do you really need to avoid the most? What do you think? What do you
Perhaps
think?
me.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's good to, because it's a report, it's an official report. We have to avoid making it informal.
Right.
So we
Okay.
have to use more passive sentence than active sentence. Is that right? I think I'm missing a point there.
No, it's okay. No, it's to avoid the most is actually some inappropriate words, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to put some like rude words into it. Yeah.
And
Okay.
incomplete sentences as well, perhaps.
Yes.
Maybe the spelling
You-
is a message.
Yeah,
you know,
or the
that
hanging
nowadays.
sentence,
I
right? Okay, but the
understand.
most that you really need to avoid is that those
Inappropriate.
rude words and
Okay.
bad words, all this.
Right.
And the second one, why making a good suggestion is important. This one we learned just now.
Yep.
So that our suggestion is convincing and will be considered by the rest, right?
Yes.
And what could happen if you do not use a proper tone in making suggestions in your report?
What?
What?
Okay. I think maybe I can answer that, teacher.
Yes.
I think perhaps people won't take your report seriously.
Yes, that is true.
It sounds not professional as well.
Yes. Right. So we have it here, like sometimes they may feel offended if you do not use a proper language, right? And then maybe your suggestions may sound like a threat to them, or they would just ignore it, like what you say.
Yes.
Yeah, because they
Yes.
don't feel comfortable with it.
Yes, getting
Yes.
ignored in an email or report writing is not what you want. You always want to reply.
Right.
And also, teacher, for the first part, saying inappropriate words is unnecessary, kids, because even though you're angry, you're mad in an email report, you have to be professional and formal. right, teacher?
Even if the person that you are writing to,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Okay, teacher Miss Sim, thank you so much for being with us here in the studio and sharing your skills, information, and also knowledge. Thank you, students, for your answers and participating with us in this class. All right, we'll be right here back on Thursday at the same time tomorrow and onwards. Thank you for tuning in. Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera, and bye.
Hello, good evening. My name is Yak Siu Ling, who is mother of Ong Pia Hui. She is currently studying in Form 5 this year in class 5D3. I hope she can endeavor study in her SPM in achieving a good result. Thank you.
Didik TV KPM